Bimbo Ashiru, and also a respected political figure and advocate for justice, equity, and fairness, Chief Olisa Metu. We recognize you and thank you for being here. A leading light in the Africa business landscape, chairman of Shoreline Group, and a man known for his sharp intellect, strategic foresight, Mr. Kola Karim, we are honored by your presence. We are also recognizing a woman of quiet strength and elegance, Mrs. Bolaji Momodu, who is the pillar behind the celebrant, wife, mother, confidant, who has walked this journey with grace and compassion. Today is your celebration, madam. A statesman, businessman, and man of culture, Chief Fashawe continues to play a vital role in nation building. We thank you for being here and we welcome you as well. A noble son of royalty, Prince Damola Adeleke embodies tradition, diplomacy, and a forward-looking vision of Nigeria's heritage. We thank you and we welcome you. We will most definitely continue with recognitions as the event goes on, but we must continue. And I thank you.
Okay. Some people say, I read that today somewhere, that is the Babalawo of the Nigerian media. Babalawo, welcome your guest.
Thank you. Bàbá mi ò ní dọ̀bálẹ̀ yẹn tán sá gbogbo ẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ ni màá dọ̀bálẹ̀ former president. But they say once a senator, always a senator. So why can't it be once a president, always a president? You are the president of Africa. A big round of applause for him. I will skip protocol for now and go straight to the point because Baba has so many other activities to attend to. So I will start by welcoming you with a Yoruba saying, Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́, a kò gbọ́ poroporodo, ọ̀gànjọ́ gan, a kò gbọ́ wọ̀ṣọ̀wọ̀ṣọ̀ kọ̀ǹkọ̀ṣọ̀, kádìran mẹ́ku, kádẹ́kù mẹ́ja, àfàìmọ̀, káwo má sùn lébi, àfàìmọ̀. I had to do that to encapsulate the reason we are here today. Ọ̀rọ̀ ebi ló gbé wa débi. Ọ̀rọ̀ ebi is about hunger. So who else can do justice to the issue of hunger in Africa than the Ebola Wu Baba, President, Chief Olusegun Okikiola Kanka gbogbo ayé Obasanjo. So since I'm not the lecturer, I will invite Baba in a second to start the lecture. But I want to thank everyone. It's very difficult to find Nigerians, especially on a Friday where there are weddings, there are funerals, and this hall is practically filled up. But one name attracted a lot of people. Everybody is because, are you sure Baba will come? Are you? I said, no. Baba is a man of his words. Unless you kill him, he will keep his words. Thank you, Baba. May you live long, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Bob Dele. Okay, thank you. Well, before we go on to the introduction of the guest lecturer, I would like to invite Mr. Ogunlano again to introduce more guests.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in our midst the Otun Oluwo Adimola of the Source, retired AIG Tunji Alapini, here with us. Can we please give him a round of applause?
Hunger and poverty. You all know that our guest lecturer knows a lot about hunger and poverty. Not just because he's a farmer, a farmer of talents, a farmer in the practical sense, a farmer of ideas, but also because he understands the connection in this as a leader, as a global statesman, and the connection between hunger and poverty and other issues, governance, climate change, conflict, famine, and all the other issues that you can think of, whether it's in Congo or elsewhere in Africa. And as leader of Nigeria, head of state, 1975 to 1979, as a military leader, president, 1999 to 2007. These are practical issues that he had to deal with. You all know Operation Feed the Nation. You all know Green Revolution. You all know the poverty alleviation program that President Obasanjo introduced when he was in office. Many books have been written about this, even if he himself has not specifically written a book on poverty and hunger. It is an issue that he has always had to deal with. He's an author. My command, Nzogu, my watch, which is in 3 volumes. In one of those volumes of my watch, Baba devoted about a whole paragraph to talk about Reuben Abati. Abuse me. With due respect. It would be wrong for a son to say his father abused him. You know, he has written Africa in Perspective. The issue of Africa, its challenges, and poverty alleviation is one of those issues. 1999 to 2007, that the Obasanjo administration confronted frontally. There are many critiques of what he did with it and all of that. But beyond all of that, he's a farmer in the practical sense. Whether he's in Ota, or he's in Isenyi, or he's in Cross River States, this is a man who knows his subject. We're lucky to have him as one of the icons from Nigeria in the 20th and 21st century. And as an Igba man, we are very proud to have him. He's a father figure in Igba land. Where is the Jagumolu of Igba land? Where is the Balogun of Uwu? Where is the Olori Omolu of Ibogun or Laogun? But beyond all of that, apart from being a community leader, he plays on the global stage. And even at 88, 89, he has remained very relevant. Don't be surprised if Baba came here from Rwanda, and when he lives here now, you will say he's on his way to Morocco. Or Addis Ababa. Okay, so people, okay, that's Iyadura Esther Ajayi. You know Baba very well. But today, we're very privileged to have him in our midst. It's about hunger. In Africa, over 200 million people are hungry. Half of the children in Africa are malnourished, undernourished. And poverty and hunger remain very critical issues. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now before I invite Baba to the podium, I would like all of us, out of respect, to start by standing up and giving him a round of applause. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, GCON. Baba o, Baba o, Baba o, Oluwada Baba. Thank you. Please be seated.
Please clear it. Clear all the media. Please clear all the media. Take it away.
Inú mi dùn pé ẹ wà ń bí fún ọmọ yín ọmọ wa. Àì pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ ọmọ tí ẹ torí ẹ wá dá lọ́lá náà pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if I'm saying things that are not in logical order, you will have to forgive me. The first thing I want to say is that the wider at in Yoruba land, wọ́n ní yìnyínyìnyín yìí a lè ṣe mí. You praise whoever deserves to be praised, so that you encourage him or her to continue to do more. I must confess, when I came here morning, I was really surprised at the amount of improvement that has been done here to this. So I want to thank and commend all those that have contributed to making this place a changed place that we have it. I was in Dublin attending the Interaction Council meeting when I received Dele's invitation card, putting me as lecturer and giving me a topic of how to end poverty in Africa. Really, maybe it was my own misunderstanding or your own improper briefing. When you came, you invited me, and I agreed. Until I got your invitation in writing and a card, practically a card, my telephone. I did not realize that you also want me to give a lecture. So when I got that invitation and I saw lecture, I thought, what should I do? Was Dele pulling a fast gun on me? My first reaction was to call you and tell you, Dele, I've received your invitation, but when you came see me, it was not an invitation, or is it me that haven't got it right? Then
while I was still debating in my mind what exactly to do, I looked at the card again, and I saw that my brother, former President Goodluck Jonathan, was supposed to be special guest. Well, while giving me the hard task and giving President Jonathan the soft pleasurable task, I didn't know why. But looking at the card, I saw that Ruben Abat was going to be host. I mean, what did you call him on the card? You call him host. I said, why should I have to give the lecture when Ruben Abat, who is in the media and whose job is to talk, is not given the task of giving the lecture? So I smell rat. I said to myself, maybe Ruben Abat, and knowing Ruben as well as I do know him, it could be part of the conspiracy that I should take on the. However, I gathered myself together and decided that, well, maybe I take on the task because I don't know whether, as Dele used to be in the past, there's something that he found that I had done wrong and he would want to punish me. Because Dele himself knows that he was one of those who one of the group which out of great and stark ignorance used to gather to abuse me. Of course, to my own delight and amusement for their ignorance, for which I sympathize with them. And when Dele saw the light, he became wiser. Well, we also find in dear Lord Doko. Governor Cabo, ìjọ mẹ́ta ló fi ju Dele lọ, ayọ̀ kan nú ẹ̀ torí ó léèdì. Ìjọ méjì, tó ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ mẹ́ta mo pé kó máa fún ẹ, àṣọ di méjì. Dele, take note. Dele, I was talking about you when you went to meet your senior brother. Maybe no. I said I was talking about you, your group, who used to gather to abuse me. And I talk of my own delight and amusement for your ignorance, which as I said, I sympathize. And when you, Dele, saw the light, you became wiser, and you told me so. still, as I've said, looking at that invitation, it was about it. And even when you heard about it here not too long ago, you could see that it could have been a conspirator with Dele in getting me here. When I took a look at the topic of the lecture, I shook my head in disagreement. How do you end? Yes, I will deliberate together mentally on ending hunger. Hunger is hunger, and you either have your stomach filled and you are satisfied, or you have your stomach empty and you are hungry. Well, about they refer to what you may call my CV. The man knows something about hunger and poverty. And he was right. I was born and bred in a village. And Yoruba man sọ wípé Atapata de, which is a man who actually had difficulty in his upbringing. And I used to say in my own case, I am atere from day because any Torah pattern gratitude is still better than the one who come out of Orofo. So my background, my upbringing was in a village where there isn't much to talk about. But we were poor, but in the village, but we were not hungry. That very important. As at that time, we were poor in the village, but because almost everybody was a farmer, and the first thing you do as a farmer is to provide for your family. We were poor, but we were not. You will say today the type of food we ate, you will say it's an unbalanced diet. But balance or no balance, we had food. We filled our stomach. And our case is like the case of the Tralonian woman who was a devoted church goer. She was a poor woman, but her dress was always very well done, very well pressed, very neat, but tattered. So the pastor came and mounted the pulpit. Amadwa, Ishete Monso, Pastor Tiako. And the pastor then opened up the holy, holy, holy Lord God Almighty. And Mama Saru got up and say, holy, holy, but clean. That is he thought that the first pastor was referring to her dress, which has many holes in it. And then he got up and said, Pastor, he holy, but he clean. So we were poor, really. But the one. So the holy, but he clean. We were poor. Now, I believe that poverty, as those who planned the program had in mind, is abject poverty. And that is poverty in which, in the worst form, or to the maximum extent, it is ignoble and extremely very hard. Let me, you will forgive me, this is the first time I'm trying to use computer in the lecture. And then, if you know that I am BBC on before, now I have to get it. So, but when we talk of poverty, because I want to separate hunger from poverty. When we talk of poverty, it's relative. I said we were poor in the village, but we were not. A man with bicycle is a poor man compared with a man with a car. A man with Peugeot is a poor man compared with a man with Mercedes Benz. A man with a bungalow may be a poor man compared with a man with a story. So, I'd rather talk of abject poverty. And when I refer to our poverty, it was not abject poverty. It was poverty in terms of money we have in our pocket, that we are well fed, even though our food could be eba in the morning, eba in the afternoon, and maybe, if we are lucky, pounded yam in the evening. It's all carbohydrate that our stomach was. I believe that the poverty that we are talking about, abject poverty, where those to see people who could not even be sure what they will have for the morning of the next day. So I want us to differentiate abject poverty, which goes along with hunger, from relative poverty, which, as I said, you can say you are poor when you have one bicycle, but you are not hungry. So now that we are on the same wavelength, we can agree that ending abject poverty will end hunger, and ending hunger will have implication for ending abject poverty. Ending abject poverty was to end, and ending hunger will have implication for ending abject poverty. If you really want to find solution to a problem, you must thoroughly understand the problem and all the factors that have bearing on it and implications for the problem. So we are talking of hunger and poverty. What really is the fundamental cause of poverty and hunger? Poverty and chronic hunger, empowerment, employment, and wealth creation and generation. Education is fundamental. Now, it is the first and most potent instrument to tackle and banish poverty and hunger. Yet hunger, as it is for an individual, it is also for a family, a community, and a nation. If you do not have the knowledge, the empowerment in terms of education, you are handicapped. As an individual, as a family, as a community, as a nation, and even as a continent. Where there is no education, invariably there will be poverty. And where there is poverty, there will be hunger. Abject poverty leads to hunger. Both are jolly good bedfellows, poverty and abject hunger. With education must be character, morality, and great attributes inculcated into everyone in the community, the society, and the nation. In such a group of people, or among such people, everyone is everyone else's brother, friend, sister, keeper, in an inclusive society where there is caring and sharing. And that is the African culture, African society. Then what has happened? I come to that. The people must hold themselves in the African culture of I am because we are. You don't stand alone. You are not I, it's we. Because it is we together. Ubuntu, that's the word, the best word in South African language. So at all levels, and in all walks of life, we must have leaders, particularly in the political and governance sectors, whose character and attributes are as strong, commendable, and wholesome as recommended for members of the community, as earlier described. What attributes of love, attribute of we are together, attribute of whatever concerns you concerns me, attribute of we, attribute of community. We talk of communality, not communism, communality. And that is the way that we have what makes us together. You have a share. I have a share. Leaders must also have this too. Leadership matters most and is the greatest and gravest ingredient of ending poverty, hunger. Before dwelling further on this all-important issue of leadership, there must be established or created a system and conditions that are suitable, a system and environment that are suitable for performance and achievement by the leader and his party. There must be the leadership. Yes, we need the leader to achieve, but the condition must be provided, must be appropriate, suitable for the leader and his or her to be able for. Because the condition, situation are not so conducive to man's will be very adverse to that. Let us now consider the leadership issue, which is a very paramount issue in all human affairs, starting from the family, leadership, community, leadership, in the market, leadership, in the church, leadership. There is no human organization that does not try for leadership, but more particularly in the political, because politics is the master. Everything that politics is the master. So what we need, who is a leader? Maxwell, a great expert on the issue of leadership, simply described a leader as an influencer. Then who, therefore, is the leader? Everybody, one form of is a leader. Because you can influence. You can influence. So, first, we have attribute. We have what God has endowed us with, which must be developed. And then that development in terms of education empowers. And that development also makes you be an effective or a bad leader, depending on the attributes that you take along with it, because of you can influence. Let's now consider leadership nurture. Leadership nurtured, prepared, and inculcated for continued good influence, and like Jesus Christ, going about doing good. And at political level, good governance through good leadership. Since I have made reference to Jesus Christ, as it is said him, you will kindly permit me to use example of Jesus Christ, who was unmatchable, exemplary leader. First, his birth was not shrouded in secrecy, lies and untruth. We know his mother. We know his mother, Mary. His father, his earthly father, they didn't make any thing about it. And and how he came to become. It was all put for us. The circumstances of his birth, and we know him as Jesus of Bethlehem, even the village where he was. We know of his childhood. At the age of 12, we are given his growth and development up to the age of 30 years, when he commenced his mission. A leader's life and history must be an open book. I told you about this thing. Don't know how I decide to use it, but I will get there. Just have to exercise patience. This is the first time I will do this, but I will not do it again. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to prove to you that I'm not as illiterate as people may think I am using computer. But I've now found that I've messed it up again. Well, talking of leadership and a leader as an influencer. So a leader, an influence for good, and can influence for ill. A leader can influence for good and can influence for ill. He can lead well, or he can lead badly. So what then do we need to do to ensure that we have I've got it. What then do we need to do to make sure that we get it right? First, we must ensure that there's no lack of education. Lack of education for a child gives that child every high probability of being abjectly poor and falling into hunger trap. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude on my strong conviction and equally on strong warning. With integrity, discipline, good governance, elimination of corruption and waste, Nigeria can get rid of abject poverty and chronic hunger within a decade and a half. We have 24 million children that should be in school that are not in school. 24 million out of 244 in the world. We have 10% of the world children that should be in school that are not in school. If we are going to talk of eliminating hunger and abject poverty, we must get all those children into school. And as I said, I believe we do it well. In 15 years, we can get our population almost 100% educated in 15 years. But to do that, you need the right leadership. And if we have that, as I said, good governance, elimination of corruption and waste, Nigeria can get rid of abject poverty and chronic hunger within a decade and a half. If China can do it, China lifted 700 million people. I have been in China. I've been in their rural area where I live with people, poor people who in winter for heating their rooms is the cooking that they allow the smoke to go under their bed. That's how they heat their room. But within a space of 15 years, China lifted 700 million people out of poverty. So we can achieve that if all things are equal. And as I said, if China can do it, we can do it. We have human and non-human materials to banish poverty and hunger from Nigeria. But what applies to Nigeria applies to almost all other countries in Africa. Nigeria should have no business with poverty and abject poverty and hunger. God has not made that our Lord. Rather, it is the conscious and unconscious choice of Nigerian leaders. And this is no different from any other African country in similar situation. That situation must be changed. Now comes the strong warning. If we don't take up the responsibility to take care of educating the uneducated and integrating them into constructive, productive, and gainfully engage them within the society, the uneducated and the unemployed will take care of us all as unpleasantly as they can make it. We are all sitting on kegs of gunpowder. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. We should create no room for the poor and the hungry, because in desperation their fury will be uncontrollable. The good news, though, is that God has endowed us with adequate resources in Nigeria to have no abject poor and chronic hunger among us. So are many other countries in Africa that are also richly endowed. Let me take one of the countries that is regarded as poor in Africa, DRC. Right now, I'm involved in the DRC. This is a country that has 9 countries as its neighbor that borders with him, and the sea. So, the largest in Africa. No other country in Africa is bordered by 9 countries. It's a country that has 2 time zones, the only country in Africa. The time in Kinshasa is 1 hour behind the time in Goma. It's a country that is 2.5 times the size of Nigeria. 2.5 times the size of Nigeria. It's a country that has about 1/3 the population of Nigeria. It's a country that has 60% of the cobalt, and for if we are talking of battery car and all that, you need cobalt. 60% of the cobalt deposit in the world is in DRC. There's a neighbor of DRC that has, in 2009, I was sent to DRC again by Ban Ki-moon, and I was there for 18 months just to see what is going on. The problem of DRC in 1960 was still there in 2009, and the problem of DRC in 1960 and 2009 are even more there today. Now, I give that as a typical example. You can take any other country. They will be more or less in the same situation. It may be just a little bit different. So, what am I saying? What am I saying is simple. That leadership matters. And what applies to Nigeria applies to any other country. And I've given an example. Nigeria should have no business, as I've said, with the poverty. And this is no different from Malawi, maybe Zambia, any other country. Now, so we are all endowed. What matters is what we make of the endowment. We have no reason to complain. And why we are complaining is because we are not doing enough for ourselves. Why are we poor? We are poor because unwittingly we have chosen to be poor. Let me give another example. Some time ago, when I was president, there was problem in Guinea-Bissau. And I was chair of AU. John Kufuor of Ghana was chair of ECOWAS. And then I said to him, let's go. And he said, where are we going? I said, we are going to Guinea-Bissau. Meet me at the airport. And he did. And what do we have? We met at the airport. He came into my plane. And as we were about to land, everything was green. Water, green. And he said to me, hey, my brother, this country should not be poor. I said, my brother, tell me which country should be poor in Africa. And that is true. Which country should be poor in Africa? When we got there, this is a country, if you plant any food, any tropical fruit, it will grow luxuriantly. We got to the hotel, we had imported grape, not banana, not orange, not pineapple, not tangerine, imported grape. We had imported apple. So I told President Ford, I said, I am protesting. He said, how are you protesting? I said, I'm protesting by not eating this food that they put here. And that is the type of food that we give to ourselves. Now, I believe what God, we should pray God to who has endowed us with all the resources, that He should also endow us with the provision of leadership for great leap forward for Nigeria and for global Africa. The leadership. Dele, thank you for successfully pulling a fast one on me. And if I know Ruben, as I said, maybe he has some hand in the conspiracy. But Dele, in all seriousness, on my own behalf and on behalf of all of us here and all your friends who are not here but who wish you well, and especially on behalf of Kabesi and your senior friend brother who has lost one day from the 3 days that he was senior to you, I congratulate you most heartily. And I hope that 5 years from now, when you will be celebrating your 70, you will invite me properly. And I will answer you adequately. And on that occasion, we will be able to examine what progress Africa has made in banishing hunger and poverty. Because until we are able to do that, we are not going to be recognized as right as we should be recognized by the international community. That I know, and I believe that you know. Africa has embarked on a journey of making Africa what God has created it to be, a land flowing with milk and honey. To achieve that, we need all hands on deck, and particularly the hands of our leaders, to make sure that we are able to turn God's resources to our benefit. Thank you.
Chief Olusegun Obasanjo.
Guys, I'm lying now.
Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, GCON. Well, while I was standing there, but at some point my leg was pain. So I kept looking at Baba and I was this is an old man, and he is standing here for almost an hour, and he wasn't showing any sign of fatigue. Please, another round of applause for him. pray that when you're so old like that, you still be very strong and agile as Baba is. European. He was talking about what is called Ubuntu. GSMBT in his book on African philosophy. Paul Ntunji, also in his book on African philosophy, calls it Ubuntu. And Baba captured it by talking about African communalism. Not African communism, he made that distinction. African communalism. Everybody playing their own part and contributing to the development of those resources that we have. Baba also talked about leadership. And he repeated that again and again and again, that leadership matters.
We're all very proud of you. And I personally, I revere you so very much. Every time I have opportunity to talk about you, I can hold on to the microphone and spend hours. As the spiritual head of our race, I can go in trance today and spend 4 hours talking about Baba. And you are all in trouble, you won't leave this hall because you won't even feel it. You will continue to hear about the definition of grace, the definition of honor. I won't call it luck, but anything Rishada, Baba, you will continue to grow in wisdom, in honor, in good health. How many elders can stand in front of all of us here for close to over an hour? It's not possible. You have found a lot of grace in your Creator. God will continue to bless you. And thank you for honoring the celebrant, our very own Bob D. A lot of people don't understand the nexus between Bob D and Ife. Bob D is actually a true blood of the throne and is part of the throne of Oduduwa. In all ramification, his youthful age, his conception, all the good things, all the bad things, and all the ugly things he learned in this world, he got them from the throne. We have found a great favor to have put and pulled these eminent people together in this country. May God continue to honor your paths. On behalf of Bob D, I want to thank all of you for finding time to come out of your very busy schedule. You left all the works and everything that you're doing to honor him. Please, I want you all to give yourself a resounding round of applause for this honor. My very own Excellency, my ever harmless governor, with a very noble heart, a jolly good fellow. I have never seen anybody that will beat you in dance step in this country. But pay attention, you didn't clap very well. But you beat Baba. Please leave Baba, don't break Baba's back. Baba is still useful for us. But please pay attention. He's dancing and he's walking at the same time. So please give him a resounding round of applause. If I charge my excellency for that, he will give you some very wonderful dancing steps right now. And honestly speaking, I'm not joking, because right here on the podium you have a singing king, and then when you combine it with a dancing governor, we will take over this podium completely. Do you want to try us? You want to try us? The nays have it. I thought you would have said no, then you would have had the day for yourself. But you all said yes. Your Excellency, God bless you, and God bless all the works of your hand. I greet all elders that are here. Because of time, I can go on and on. But for me, I'm going to take a snippet from what our Baba said about who we are and the race we belong to beyond Nigeria. Growing up, I used to think, is there anything fundamentally wrong with a black man? Today is still a question I'm trying to decipher. But a lot of people, because of our very short attention span, probably you wouldn't have listened attentively to what Baba said throughout. But I listened very happily. And thanks to Baba, led by Dr. Ruben Abati, for this summary. I think it's a very strong take home for all of us to know that to end poverty and hunger, it's in the hands of you and I. And it's about time for us to be serious. Look at what Baba said when he was with the president of Ghana and they were flying to Guinea-Bissau. And they got to the hotel, a green land full of milk and honey that can produce anything in this world. Yet, he got to the hotel, they saw imported apple, imported grape. The same thing happens in this our their country, Nigeria. I have so many examples. Even our leaders, governors and presidents, when they are hosting you, what they are using to feed you, they are all imported. Look at as simple as butter, as simple as basic dishes that they are going to give you to eat. They are all done outside the walls of our continent. So let us apply Baba Obasanjo's approach. I want all of us to look at ourselves from head to toe and talk truthfully to yourself. What is truly made in this country that I'm putting on? Everything, both internal wares and external wear. Some of us here, maybe only me, I'm about the only traditional ruler here. Maybe some underneath Bante, Aluwo, and all what have you. I inherited them from Baba Obasanjo anyway. But truthfully speaking, everything you eat on a daily basis, your meal, where are they made? What you're wearing, where did they come from? From Anambra, from Abia, from Katsina, from Lagos State, from Ogun State, from Kogi State. Let's keep asking ourselves this question. For me, on this throne, I pay very conscious effort, and I can tell you boldly, almost 90% of what I'm wearing, internally and externally, including the Bante, is made from Nigeria. Do you want to find out from You want to find out about that bante? I know you will be very inquisitive about that. Baba, should I give them that go ahead to find out? So for me, a very short story to round up. I did one project and I actually lured Baba to come and bless the project. And when Baba got there, I told Baba that we didn't spend $1 on this project. Baba was very amazed and couldn't believe it. Baba got very energized and said, okay, I'm going to spend more time. I was thinking I would just spend few minutes, but I'm so impressed, we all moved around. Time to sit down. I told Baba about the chair, everything, the people that made, I brought all of them out, including the TV, the AC, everything made in Nigeria, assembled, made in Nigeria, and that's the truth. So we sat down. I'm going somewhere. We sat down on the chair, like 4 of us. I'm happy Yadra was there that day too. She's here too. Myself, Baba, Yadra, and someone else came to join us. The next thing we heard was, boom, the chair just broke. And you know, Baba, out of his hilarious ways and means of doing things, he said, Kabiyesi, don't worry. It's made in Nigeria, but the chair just settled. It's settlement. You know, but I learned something that day. I was angry, but he was able to calm me down that, don't worry, we'll get there. This is pure patronage. If everybody can be bold enough to patronize what is our own, the chair that got broken today, you will improve on it and take it to another level. On this note, I want to challenge each and every one of us. If we want to break poverty in this country, let us be patriotic. Patriotism, patriotism, and patriotism. God bless you and God bless our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
For the next goodwill message, please join me in welcoming on stage His Excellency.
Hello? How are you doing today? I'm the chief host. I know you are aware of that. I declare today is the day that the Lord has made. I will shall rejoice. I'm glad in it. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Mo dúpẹ́, mo dúpẹ́. Sing along with me, please. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Olúwa mi, mo dúpẹ́. Mo dúpẹ́, mo dúpẹ́, mo dúpẹ́. Èmi nìkan ló yé, kò lè yé ẹnìkan. Ìdí tí mo fi yìn Bàbá, èmi nìkan. Ìwọ lọ́lọ́run mi, ìwọ ẹlẹ́dàá mi, ọba àwọn ọba, Olúwa Olúwa, ọba títí láyé, kò lè yí padà, èmi ò máa yàn títí ayé. Thank you very much, man. Well, let's time is fast spent. My Baba, my father, the former president of Nigeria, Chief Obasanjo, members of Osun State Assembly Council here present, our Baba Ooni of Ife, Obadiye Emito, Ogunsi, my Aburo, the celebrant, Are Akirogun, Dele Momodu, and his lovely wife and beautiful wife, Director General, Nigeria Institute of International Affairs, Professor Eguza Osagi, political functionaries, other important personalities here present, notably Reverend Mother Esther Bimbola Ajayi, Chief Oyewole Fashawe, Chief Olisa Mental, security operatives, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My brother, I'm so happy for you today. We started since day before yesterday in Ibadan, when they invited me to come and declare Dele Momodu Leadership Center in Ibadan. It was so beautiful. I declared it open. I went round, and indeed, it was a leadership center. You have done well for yourself. Please give me a big round of applause. And Baba has said it all. And Baba Ooni, when it comes to leadership, the problem we have is a lot of people, they don't have fear of God. If you have a fear of God, you will do the right thing. In Osun State, I have a fear of God as a leader. In 2 years, Baba has come over like 3 times. Because I know Baba, if you invite Baba to come and commission or do whatever, Baba will send somebody to go and investigate first. Is it true that Governor Adeleke has done this, has done that? So after getting that feedback, Baba came over, spent the night, and we did everything. And one thing a lot of people don't know is that they'll be seeing me dancing, jolly, but they don't know my other part. I deceive them. Then they'll be thinking that, you know, I'm not a very serious person. So after 2 years, because I am the light. Everybody say mole. And when light comes, darkness vanishes. Osun is moving. Osun, there's light everywhere. When you come to Osogbo, the capital now, you see everything moving well. Abi Baba, for the first time, the cradle of Yoruba land having some nice bridges. I am trying to fix it like Atlanta Bridge, they call it Spaghetti Junction. And that is what is happening in Ife. You know, when I first I was elected, I'm not a governor that just sit around in the office. I move around and see what is going on. I said, all our big cities and even interland. And then of course we have 5-point agenda. Which education is a priority. When I came in, all our students are like behind. I think there are 33 or something in the whole Nigeria. And I said it's not acceptable. Went around, start building schools. Within 2 years, more than 300 schools, beautiful schools. And of course, because without education, you can't be a leader. There is no leader. Ekabo Baba. Baba, let's do you and Mukinyo. So we began to make sure we hire teachers and we train them. Today, we are number 7. We are number 7. And we are still moving. We make sure we get there and become number 1. That is what you call leadership. Just because you are a leader doesn't mean that you should not listen. If you are a good listener, as you see me, I call Baba Ooni, we will chat. I'll say, this is what I want to do. What do you think? And he will give me that advice. And I will go home and pray about it. And the next day, I will carry it out. Every time. So you have to be a good listener. Like I said, fear of God first. If you have a fear of God and you know what you want to do, it's not the right thing, you will change your mind and do the right thing. Dele, you've been doing the right thing. If anybody think they can lure you with money, you cannot lure Dele Momodu, my brother, with money. And when he believed in you, when they cheated me in 2018, he came to me and told me, this is not over yet. We will come back and God will do it. You see, it's not easy to defeat an incumbent in Nigeria. In fact, in the whole world, I defeated an incumbent right away. And before then, we have what they call blueprint. A lot of people wait until they are sworn in. They will not, do their homework very well, and time will be going. Before you know it, 2 years. To tell you the truth, 4 years is not enough for me to do my job, but that's what Constitution says. So that is why I move fast. Baba Ooni, thank you very much for letting the whole world know what I'm doing in Osun. I didn't wait for nobody for that 2 years. I'm asking you to come over and visit Osun. Osun is so beautiful now that once you come there one day, you'll be coming. And we have a lot of, we have gold. We have, what's it called? Tourism. When I was coming, I saw Adire. Osun State is the home of Adire, Ede and Osogbo. We started it. The people from Abeokuta, Baba Eba people, Ogun State, they came to Ede and we taught them how to do the Adire. And they went back and started getting that glory. So when I came in, I said, okay, that Abiodun, you must recognize that. I mean the governor of Ogun State. You must recognize that this Adire is from Osun. If you don't recognize it, I will take you to court and they will ban you from producing Adire. So in our executive section, I said every Wednesday we must wear Adire and we keep wearing it. Encourage people to move on. So that education is very, very important, like Baba said, for us to have that leadership, thing in us. Because without education, we are deceiving ourselves. But I can assure you that in Osun State, as I'm speaking to you, nobody can attest to that. I did not borrow any money to do any job that we are doing. Because I believe I caught all the excesses. I don't have to report to any, they say, Godfather, I know Godfather, this and that. That's right. And of course, being prudent, very, very prudent. Like Baba Obasanjo taught me that. that you have to be very prudent. And of course, integrity. If you are a leader, if you don't have integrity, then what mouth do you have to tell other people? They don't call me talk and do governor for nothing, right? Dele Adeleke. When I say I want to do something, I will do it. I spoke to Baba Ooni yesterday. I said the bridge is almost 80% completion, but because a lot of people come over here in Ife, they must get to Ooni's palace. The road has been abandoned for many years. I said, what is going on here? When everybody hear Ife, they will think that when you get there, you should be with him. But that is changing now. That is what you call leadership. I told him all the road leading to your palace and around there, I've given them executive order that we're going to fix it. It's not in the budget, but we managed to put it in there. Because after the bridge, if we don't fix that road, it'll be useless. So it's all now, but I can assure you. And we're going to put that beautiful light everywhere to make Ife look beautiful, among other cities that we have. So, on that note, let us join hands together. You don't have to be in government to do your part. Do your part. Don't complain about government all the time. But when you do your part and you are satisfied with your conscience, you are a leader. So on that note, because of time, I will sing for my brother and let us sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dele Momodu. Happy birthday to you. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And so say ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀ ẹ ṣeun o ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀ ẹ ṣeun o aláàmì sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣeun o òní mi sọ̀rọ̀. I love you so much. Thank you very much for this.
Wow. I'm sure nobody was surprised. Governor didn't know where to sit. People are standing from the front to the back. Now, by way of more introductions, I'll say Chief Rotimi Taylor is here with us. Earlier on, Mr. Obasanjo introduced Mrs. Asoma Banda. Now, the thing to note about Mrs. Banda is that she came all the way from Ghana. All the way from Ghana. Now, Mrs. Banda was married until March 1, 2025 to one of the richest men in Ghana.
Please move back.
Philanthropist. The very first Ghanaian to own a private jet.
Let's move.
Chairman, Amtrak Aviation, Chairman, Amtrak Holdings, Chief Asoma, or rather Alaji Asoma Abu Banda. And now here today, we have his wife, coming all the way from Ghana to honor Dele Momodu. And you all know that ovation.
Momodu, the great. This is a compilation of everything he has been in this life. Everywhere he has been to, the people he has met. If you are not here, please meet him again. The people he has met, all of them are encapsulated in this little document. That's what I will call it. And sister, we make this token presentation. I please want to humbly request the presence of the governor to come and help us do this presentation, sir. The governor, sir, please. Please, ovation star, past, present. If you are here, step up, please. Please. Please, this is our big day. Okay, sir. So, sir, on behalf of your children, that's what I will call us. On behalf of your children, we are making this token of, we are giving this token of appreciation to you for your hard work, for your greatness, for your being a father, for your giving back, for your giving forward, for everything that you have ever been and you have ever meant to humanity. So we say congratulations and happy 65th birthday. Can somebody put his hands together, please? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Take your mind. May the good Lord bless you. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. He's a jolly good fellow. Boy, he's a jolly good fellow. And so said all of us. A round of applause for Bob D one more time, please. Please, if you're wondering, that's a childhood picture of Bob D. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll take the vote of thanks and then we'll take the national anthem. Okay, my wife is sitting in front there. Thank you. Everybody had been asking after you, where is she, where is she? But, just say what you want to say in 1 second.
Hello everybody. Bob D, happy birthday to you. I will not be satisfied if I don't say this about Bob D. My name is Dr. Mrs. Quincy Ayodele. When I started my business in the 90s, it was Dele Momodu that helped me to do my first artwork from London. I did not even know what artwork was. So he made my artwork. Not only did he do that, he celebrated Quincy from inception. He was always like carrying the advert like free of charge for almost 2 years. And that kind of gave me out to the world. And from that humble beginning that he participated in my upbringing of my business, here I am today in the presence of the Almighty God. Bob D, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Men and women that have graced us with their presence today, but I would like to offer thanks on behalf of my dad. We are humbled by your presence as we come together to discuss how we can tackle the biggest issues concerning Nigeria and Africa as a whole. I would like to thank our special guest speaker, President Obasanjo, for providing his wisdom and insight into the intricacies of dealing with hunger and poverty. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our chief guest of honor, President Jonathan, for his support of this event. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank everyone who has extended their goodwill and well wishes. They are well received and reciprocated. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you to the ushers and support staff, the caterers, the organizers, the security, and everyone who worked hard to make this event happen. Thank you to the media, the photographers, camera crew, audio engineers. We appreciate all of you. Finally, I would like to thank the man that brought us all together. He's an inspiration to so many, and I greatly admire that he has used his birthday, the day for coming together, to focus our energy on tackling the issues facing our beloved Africa. Thank you, Father.
Any answer? Please. Take it.